There are two major problems facing De Beers. Trump's tariffs are already hurting them. The United States has no domestic diamond mining industry, so there is no such thing as a made-in-America natural diamond, nor will there ever be. So this entire trade is coming from overseas, and all of it is subject to new high tariffs, and those are yet another hit to demand in their biggest market. So De Beers has lost control of pricing and the entire demand side of the diamond trade. Now they've got another huge issue from their supply side. Botswana is the world's largest producer of rough diamonds, and 70% of De Beers diamonds come from Botswana. De Beers will cease to exist if things fall apart for them in Africa on the producer side, and the governments in Africa know that too. In February, a new deal was signed which doubled the revenues that Botswana will receive from supplying De Beers. This agreement is the realization on De Beers' part that it's trapped. African producers know they can produce natural stones and still make markets if they can get De Beers and all the middlemen out of the way. A third of Botswana's economy and 80% of its exports flow through De Beers to global markets. But De Beers is just a middleman who has some vaults in London and big marketing and advertising budgets. Botswana wants to move down the value chain and move more of the industry in country. Botswana wants for their domestic diamond industry what cocoa producers in West Africa have done there by eliminating middlemen and brokers that book rent-seeking profits by managing brands and marketing in Western wholesale and retail markets. The new minerals minister wants to increase even more the country's ownership in De Beers to gain control over those parts of the industry. The implication here is that De Beers doesn't exist without Botswana's stones, and their new president knows it. Botswana wants to get a much bigger chunk of that markup, the 4 times difference between what comes out of the ground in Botswana and what De Beers makes for selling finished stones. Move the high-skilled jobs to Africa and take control of the value chain and go directly to buyers. Each percentage point that Botswana can capture for themselves is millions of dollars in new GDP and government revenues, which can be used domestically. Diamond producers in other African countries are paying close attention. This paragraph right here, again, this premium between extraction in Africa and retail in the United States is still enormous, and producers in Africa are demanding more of it for themselves. So there is no way out for De Beers. Producers of lab-grown diamonds in China are smashing prices down to just above their cost, the Chinese cost of production. And diamond wholesalers in China are sending $30 million a month of unsold inventories back to global markets, which blows up pricing even further. Trump's tariffs mean that even higher prices for natural stones are coming for customers in the United States, which damages their sales there. Buyers of natural stones in the U.S. don't even get to enjoy those falling prices nearly as much as buyers in other markets. And now African countries understand that it will be they who can take over this industry no matter what happens in China and no matter who is in the White House as soon as they can get rid of De Beers. This is Phoenix Island, Hainan. Be good.
Father, thank you for this precious brother who has come. Thank you for making him a man of integrity and honor and wisdom. Thank you for making him a brother. Empower him. Fill him with your Holy Spirit.